That's not bad.
Don't you know you might find a better place to play?
Clapping coming up. We go.
I'm gonna start a revolution from my bed. 'Cause you said the brains I had went to my head. Stand up beside the fireplace. Take that look from off your face. 'Cause you ain't ever gonna burn my heart out.
Here it comes, the chorus. Here we go.
So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as she's walking on by.
Alright, guitar solo. Here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
At least not today.
I mean, this rendition isn't far off of what I've heard people singing outside pubs before.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing?
The
and
vibe is completely
everything
wrong.
at once?
It's so
I
calm.
am one of those.
The original is so much faster and so much more energetic than this. It's like ding 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 ding. And instead we've got
It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up.
There we go. That's more like it.
Paranoid, or am I just stoned?
okay. It's kind of coming back.
I went to a shrink to
Oh, I mean,
analyze my dreams.
It's pretty rough. This is a pretty hard listen.
So quit my whining, 'cause it's bringing her down.
Oh no, I shouldn't have tried doing any harmonies.
Grasping to control. So I better hold
Okay, I like.
on.
There's obviously a lot of problems with it, but I did kind of get that little break.
So I better hold.
I mean, the drums are not far off there. That wasn't bad. If we ignore the vocals and we ignore the guitar and we ignore the bass and we just listen to the drums, then it's kind of okay. I have a suspicion these chords are not what they appear to be. I know my singing isn't good, but it's normally at least sort of in key. Here it's like miles off. Maybe if I just take out the backing vocals.
Sometimes I give myself the creeps.
Okay, no, maybe it's just bad. I mean, if you didn't tell someone this was Green Day and know that here's my early demo of my track, this part is kind of okay. I mean, obviously the vocals need a lot of work as well. Let me know what song I should recreate on mute next, because it can't be any worse than this one. This song's quite simple, so I feel like there's only so much that can go wrong with it. Yeah!
Finished with my woman, 'cause she wouldn't help me with my mind.
Oh no, it's really
People think
bad.
I'm insane because I am frowning.
It's just
all the
depressing.
time.
The rhythm's supposed to be ding ding ding, but instead I've just got.
I need someone to.
And how
show
do I come
me
in
the
late on
things in
every
life
verse?
that I can't find.
I mean, at least it's in key. Doesn't fit the song at all. It's like there was a guitar soloist who showed up to the wrong stage. Yeah, that sums it up pretty well.
It's too late.
I don't even know what to say. This is by far the worst one. By far. Like, I'm sorry, Ozzy. That was so bad.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's not quite the same anthemic synth as the original.
Not quite. I love how it's very close, but not quite.
Control yourself.
It's very happy.
What you need.
Oh, that's some good clapping.
The water is warm, but it's sending
Very
me
silent.
It's very silent. The bass is supposed to be just doing long-held notes here, and it's like it's dropped out completely.
But I thought this wouldn't hurt a lot, I guess not.
Could you tell that I didn't really remember that line?
Something told me. Something was telling me.
I'm a bit worried about this solo coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday evening for this extra bonus stream. Welcome on in. Easy Pikio. Hope I'm pronouncing that roughly right. First time catching a stream, can't wait. Welcome on in. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Let me make sure I've got all my windows open. I think I'm good. Welcome on in, everyone. We are going to be doing more music today. I've been meaning to figure out putting these onto YouTube for a while now, and I just don't have the time. I keep thinking I'll do some like elaborate editing, some sort of like, I don't know, I wanted to film something like bespoke to it and do some fancy editing around it. But I just end up never having time. I'm like, maybe this week I'll script something and then start recording something. And then another week goes by and I'm like rushing to get ready for these streams. So I think realistically, there's just not time in my week to do it the way I would have initially envisioned doing it. Tila Dana, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I've been good. Yeah, I mean, this is the third stream of the week, so we're on a roll. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I've been originally planning to do like quite high effort, bespoke YouTube stuff that just kind of took very little from these streams and mainly focused on the end result. But I think that's just not going to be very realistic, recording all this extra stuff for it. So I think we'll instead lean more into the YouTube recording, editing process as part of these live streams. So I might start including things that I know are going to just be here for the YouTube edit. And it might be a bit weird and it might be a bit cringe as I get used to doing it. But we'll just roll with it and we'll see how it goes. Used to be able to repost the live, but I can't anymore. Oh, that's strange. Yeah, when I first started doing these, the interface in TikTok itself was very different. And I used to be able to share the live myself as well. But now I can go to TikTok and like on my phone anyway, it won't even be apparent that I'm live. And because I'm streaming from my PC, it just doesn't seem to recognize it anymore. So I can never share my own lives anymore, which is a bit of a pain. But that's fine. It's a bit strange. You'd think that's something they want you to do and would make it really easy to put in, but I'm sure it is there somewhere. I just don't know where. But I'll figure it out one day. I should do an EDM song next. Yeah, I've got some EDM in my playlist. We're going to move on to Christmas songs next, because Christmas is upon us. December's just around the corner. We've got to hit all those Christmas songs first. Then maybe in the new year, or at the very end of December, we can start thinking of what like normal songs we do next. Right, I think let's just get started. So as always, my goal with all of these is to try and do it in the best way I possibly can. I'm on a mission to become the best producer in the world, and I'm going to achieve that by producing songs completely muted. If I can do it muted, then I can do it like 10 times better unmuted. So it's like in Dragon Ball Z, when they go into like the training chamber, they don't deliberately make it harder for themselves to get really good really fast. That's what I'm doing that's what I'm doing with this. I'm making it way harder for myself so that when I go back to making music normally, I'm going to be like master level. That's my plan. We'll see if it works. Who knows how many months I'm going to need to train for. Judging by the current progress, quite a while. But tonight we are going to be recreating the South Park theme. The laptop will be completely muted, I'm not going to be able to hear anything, and I'm going to do my best to recreate it based off of the MIDI notes and the names of the samples and how the waveforms look, and we'll do our best. I'll record some vocals, and then at the end, we'll have a listen to it all, see how close or not close I got. That is the plan. Will I ever do any other South Park songs? Potentially, yes. There are some very good songs in South Park. Plenty of great songs we could possibly do in the future. Not all of them safe for social media. I'm Lord, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some good ones in there. So yeah, future South Park songs potentially on the cards. May have to make them social media friendly. But yeah, tonight, the main theme. It's probably going to go horrifically. We do have to record vocals for this one. So, the fish one, yeah. And I like the all the fake Christian songs, all the Christian rock songs. Those would be great to do. Right, let's get started. I think we need to start with maybe the guitar. The other thing is that there's like a whole bunch of different versions of this intro as well. I think I'm going to attempt to recreate the most recent version. When I say recent, they've been using this version for years now. Stitchy, thank you very much for the hearts. I'm going to be doing the most recent version and doing my best to recreate that. But they've had like 4 or 5 different versions over the course of the show, as well as like one-off individual ones as well. Like the odd episode here and there has its own special intro. Did I see their anniversary concert? Yes, I did. Or at least bits of it. I've seen snippets of it. It's very good, very funny. It's very funny seeing them performed in front of a live audience. Should do System of a Down song? Yes, I've got them on my list. Chop Suey. It will eventually happen. Or BYOB. Could potentially do that. Right, so this song has a lot of clashing notes. It has a... Maybe we could do the bass first, Stephen. Let's get the bass in. Let's get rid of all this. We want... Oh, what do we want? Maybe go with retro rock bass. I use Logic Pro to do these in. Right, so we're in what key? We're in F sharp. I think the bass is just going between the root note and the fifth, like boom, 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 boom. So this should be a nice plodding bass line. Boom, 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 boom. I think we'll leave off the last one. Intro. The whole thing's the intro. Right, and now for the guitar. We're going to need some like muted samples, I think. This guitar is definitely going to be difficult. What even is the pattern? It's like Grandma Trash, hello, welcome on in. So I think what rhythm is that? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you are meant to be able to see the program. Hang on, let me. There we go. Apologies for that. You guys were just left looking at me over on Twitch. Let me recap what we've done so far. We've added a bass, and the bass is just going between the root note and the fifth, so it's just going boom, 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 boom. And we're just adding a guitar now, so I need to figure out the rhythm for this part. Do, 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do, 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 do. So there's 4 notes in here. And I don't think they're just on the beat. Because otherwise that would be do 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 do. It's got a swing to it. It's like do 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 do. So let's put up some swing. Maybe like 66 swing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is going to be a disaster, isn't it? We're going to need to also get some muted guitars on this part. Can we do a muted guitar in here? No. We'll get a sample for that. Accidental sandstorm. Let's move this down to just here. You only know the French version of the South Park theme, so it can never disappoint you. Is the South Park theme in French different than the English version? That would surprise me if so. Other than the lyrics being in French, but I assume the song itself is still the same. This is probably going around the rest of the chord, right? Salty DW, hello, welcome in. I hope these are the right. I hope this is roughly right. What should we do with the drunken sailor? Oh no. Step 1 is already ruined. No, surely not. Surely it's fine. Do 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 do. We're just going down the scale. Do 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 do. How on earth we do that last bit? I don't know. Probably be. I think the last one is on the beat. Something like that. I will sing the vocals, yeah, that's the plan. Okay, that should be roughly the intro. That's my hope. Let's find a muted guitar sample. Don't know why that happened. Muted guitar. Strum. We've used that one before. We want just a single one. Okay, that could be good. Let's try that one. Make a new collection for South Park. Drop that in. All right. I don't even hear the samples. Nothing at all. BPM could be, maybe like to hear. We're doing it fully muted as a challenge, because if I can produce something good muted, then logic stands to reason that when I go to produce something with it unmuted, it'll be even better. That's the theory. Right, these should all be individual, I'm hoping, muted guitar sounds. Right, that's probably enough, and we can reuse the same samples. Thank you for the hearts. Oops, I want to just move that. That can go there. This one can go... should that be on the beat? Yeah, that one's on the beat. Okay, somewhere around there. Just catching up with the chat. I'm glad what we do... Hang on. Well, I'm glad what do we do with the Drunken Sailor is already all I can hear. Oh, good. I'm sure it's going to be great. It's going to be really good. All right, let's get this one over. We'll make sure we line these up. Look at that precision. That level of detail is unmatched. Okay, we'll copy that one. Okay, great. Copy that. Okay, great. Those ones should be fine. Thank you for the follow. I feel like the others maybe don't need the muted sound. But I'm tempted to put it in just quieter. The other ones are definitely more distinct. Yeah, if anything, maybe just these two. I do like that. It's like a cat on a keyboard. Oh, good. Right, what else is in this intro? I've written that there's a shuffle snare. There's actually not really a lot going on in this very first 2 bars. Can we find a shuffle snare. There's definitely a groove in here that I know of and I've used before, but what it's actually called, I don't remember. There's definitely like a country style one that goes on a snare. There's no way country only has one result. That's just not true. Maybe only one with country in the name. And this might be what I'm thinking of. Brush train drum set. That should be like a... Let's risk it with this one. Okay, great. Yeah, this is the intro theme that we're doing. Okay, perfect. I think that's probably going to be the whole of the first 2 bars. Going down to South Park. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. And we're doing the like most modern version of the intro. So we need to have this. We need to have this weird instrument. So if you didn't already know, the South Park intro was composed by Primus, or at least Les Claypool of Primus fame. He's the bassist and vocalist, and in the newer version, they use a whamola, according to Kari. It's like he's got a big long stick, and it's got, I think, just one string, and you whacks it or whams it with a big old stick or a bow or something, and he's got this little like lever on the top that controls the pitch of the note. So he's just, you can see this in like live versions of the song they do. He just whacks this long string on a long stick, and he goes boom as he like moves the lever down, and that basically just goes through the whole song. Like every other bar is like boom, and it sounds kind of like a bass guitar mixed with a low like electric guitar. It's very distorted. So I don't think we're going to find a whamola on Splice, but I mean, we can have a look. Chances are we're going to need to find some like distorted guitar and pitch it down. That's my thinking here. Whamola. No, nothing. Nothing. So let's find ourselves a very distorted guitar. We're going to have to figure it out. Spot Lion Intel. That's how I'm going to pronounce your name. Spot Lion Intel. Hello, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in, Feral Farb. Hope you're doing well. Maybe even an upright bass. Yeah, we could double it with like an upright bass. The difficulty is going to be in getting the pitch going down, I think. So I'm not entirely sure the best way to do that. So let's find like some distorted guitar. And find... Ideally, I just want like a single chord, gonna jung. Something low. Maybe even just if we look for like a one shot. Doesn't even really matter what chord it is, because we ideally want something in F sharp, but we can put it into F sharp if we find one. That's what we want. Let's have a look at that, because that is potentially promising. That's 2 notes, but we can take just the first one. We might have to stretch it out as well. I would rather something minor rather than something that says it's deliberately major. This is just a drone. This very first one. We got lucky on the very first one. I don't believe it. Let's have a look at this one as well. Okay, that's just a real long drone. What else we got? Okay, maybe we can just, if this first one looks good, maybe we can just try using this first one. What? That was this one, wasn't it? Okay, so it hasn't got a BPM. So how long does it last? It's an entire bar that we need to make it last for. So if we take that, let's just whack that over there in case we need it. Having it last an entire bar might be asking a bit too much of this sample. Put it into F sharp. And one way I know that we can do a pitch down is by putting a slowdown on the end of it. But I'm not convinced it will work. And that's one way of doing it. Maybe if we do like the second half of the bar. That's one way we could do it. I think let's try getting an upright bass in here as well. Maybe we can find one on here. It's just like a single note. Try this one. We should at least be able to see with these samples if they're just single notes or not. Yeah, that could be good. Let's stretch that out to be an entire bar. Let's try and make these line up so they sort of start in the right place. And let's make this also slow down. The slowdown might not be the best way to do this. We look for a Logic pitch down effect. What's the best way to do that? We do it with flex pitch this way. I'm not convinced. No, I think that will get really messy doing it that way. Let's undo that. Let's turn it off. Let's put that up a note so it's in the right key. The other way we could do things is by putting in the pitch shifter plugin and literally just dialing it down, but that does semitones at a time. I'm pretty sure you can't put it partway between, so it'll just be like do 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 do. I'm tempted to go with what we've got here, and if at least it sounds like roughly correct, then that's good enough for me. Is that long enough? I think that lasts the right sort of length. Okay, what else have we got in here? We need to add some muted guitar wahs. There's like a wah pedal going. Are they good sound effects? Medici, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a lovely evening. We also need to add some like other drums. So let's add some proper drums in here. Let's add in a drummer. Let's add in maybe a psychedelic rock kit. That's probably the right. I think Primus pretty comfortably fit in that sort of realm. And the drum rhythm's very much like. So let's get. Need a snare on the 2. On the offbeat. Something like that. Maybe on that offbeat. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's good. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time. We're doing the most recent version of the theme, the like HD remastered version. Also, the really rapid guitar playing Les also. Hang on. Also, the really rapid guitar playing Les does if you're not incorporating external guitar strums. Yeah, I'm gonna find some samples, but it's gonna be hard to do the way that he does it. Cute Shadow Baby, hello, welcome in. Thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome on in anyone who has recently joined. We are recreating the South Park theme, but my laptop is muted. I can't hear anything at all. I'm doing my best to recreate it based off the MIDI notes, the names of the samples that we're picking, how the waveforms of the samples look, and doing our best. We're going to add some vocals in a little bit. In the meantime, I've got to figure out the rest of these drums. So I know there's like a lot of stuff happening on the ride cymbal that I might just have to more guess wildly at. I want to put like a ride bell in. Maybe I want the ride edge, like keeping the pulse. Something like this. These should be like max velocity, pretty much. And then the ride stuff can be a little more intricate, a little more delicate. We can put the ride bells maybe on these beats to start with. Maybe like twice as fast. What speed even is this? It's like ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I think we can go twice as fast as that if we need to in places. Maybe you whack some triplet rhythms in there somewhere. I think there's probably some other percussion in there as well. Maybe just something like this. I think we can probably maybe just get a really light crash in amongst this madness. Doing something, I don't know, something a bit weird. In fact, I kind of want that sort of weirdness on the second lot through. The first couple of bars is it all under the main part of the vocal. And then this is where it's like the boys singing. So let's keep it simple whilst the main vocal is happening, and then it can go a bit weirder when it's just the boys, because everything else drops out, so leave just the drums and percussion stuff. We got any other percussion we can put in that's like interesting percussion? Maybe like a triangle doing a weird rhythm. Let's put that in. Let's see how that goes. Switch this back to scissors. Let's turn them down a bit. Okay, perfect. I'm wondering, of course, if you could manage to do the character voices. I want to be your Cartman. I'm going to do my best to do the vocals. No promises I'm going to sound like any of the characters. Explodo, hello, hello, welcome in. You're not particularly late. We've been going for 40 minutes. We're kind of only just getting started, to be honest. Friendly faces everywhere. Temptation. Okay, we really need this to be big and distorted and in your face, because this is like the main thing driving this song. There's really not much else going on. I'm going to add some distortion to the upright bass that we added. I'm going to put some reverb on it as well, so that it kind of rings out into the next part of the bar. Right, and then we need to add some more muted guitars. Let's have a look at those. You've been told you do a solid Cartman when it's +5 to 6.7 mid-range and 3.5 semitones. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do some pitch correction. Muted guitar strumming. Maybe if I like, can I put for... Maybe if I look specifically for like a funk sound. Or maybe like if we put wah in here as well. Muted R&B muted wah guitar. It's probably way too slow for our needs, but that could be in the right realm of what we need. Stealth muted wah A minor. Or A sharp minor. Yeah, I think annoyingly that first one's going to be too slow. Thank you anyone who is sharing the live and liking the live. It lets TikTok know that everyone here is having a good time, pushes us higher up in the feed, and basically just helps out. So I very much appreciate it, because I know I hate doing that kind of stuff. Let's have a look at this one. See how this one fits in. Okay, it doesn't look super promising. Wah, guitar chilling out. Maybe not that. Let's try this one. Okay, no, that's definitely not going to be right. Muted guitar pluck. No. Wah strum. Lead pattern excited. No. One shot random muted strum. Again, this doesn't look like it's going to be great. Maybe. I'm most tempted by that top one, to be honest, out of all of these so far. This is strum muted. We have used this one before, but I've got no idea what it sounds like. So that could be safe to use. I normally try and avoid using ones that I've used previously, but the fact that I have no recollection of it at all is fine. I think that's safe to use. No ways it ain't any of those. That very first funk one was goated. Maybe we go back to the first one. I think that's going to be our best shot out of any of these. And we're going to have to do some work on it ourselves. Let's try this one. Maybe we try a bit of a combo of things. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's mute these out for the moment. Let's at least make this line up with that. Let's make it like twice the speed. Hoping that's sort of roughly right. Maxi, hello, welcome in. And Max, welcome on in. Are we sure we're still doing the South Park theme? I hope we are. Okay, and at the end it goes like even faster. So let's speed that up again. And then we should add like another wah guitar sound on the top. Let's add our own wah guitar pedal. Can we add a pedal board? Yeah, we can. And then can we add a wah pedal to it? The whammy. Wah. Oh, wah, 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 wah. We want to do this. Right. Can we volume automate? Well, not volume automate. Can we automate that? Pedal position. Perfect. And we will be like partially muted. And then by the end of the phrase, we go to like full on muted. Full on wah, not muted. Go full on wah. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, something like that. That's the plan. That girl called Milk. Hello, welcome on in. Abel Enya. Welcome on in. I can never remember how to pronounce your name. SPF5, hello, welcome on in. Sorry I missed your message a moment ago. Hope you're doing well. Okay, I think that is maybe as good as we're going to get. Yeah, looking at all of these, they look... I mean, maybe this one could be okay. If we speed it up. And if we at least make it... Just in case it is actual notes, make it an F sharp. That maybe... If we can double these up, maybe that's better. There we go. A good pronunciation of it. Yeah, we're doing South Park from Timu, of course. Maybe if we double these up, maybe that is the play. With this one like a bit quieter. And the same kind of wah effect on it. Sounds like Squidward playing clarinet. Oh no. It's not exactly what I had in mind. Go away. Why is this appearing? Pedal board, wah, position. Like there. And then towards the end, go way up. We do the same. Make the strumming faster. We probably should. Don't copy. Okay, great. Let's just get rid of all of these. Who needs them? Going down South Park, gonna have myself a time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. And that's basically the song, right? I think. Have we got anything else in there? Strumming, percussion. Yeah, muted guitar, drums. I wrote maybe a tambourine. Maybe we could add a tambourine as well. Maybe not, I don't know. I think with this triangle, maybe we don't need one. Maybe we add like a subtle tambourine underneath it all. Shimmer sleigh bells. We want a Christmas-ified. Do we want a thick and nasty tambourine? If we get like a funk tambourine. Let's just drop that in. Let that play under there as well. The South Park theme, but a foghorn goes off in the middle. Good. That's exactly what we want. Okay, I do think it's literally this. Basically the whole song. Yeah, copy. Friendly faces everywhere. Leave my woes behind. Ample parking. Copy again. See if I can't unwind. Kenny. Kenny has another boom over the top of him. And I think even this continues as well. Come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. We should copy this. Okay. The end kind of has some accents on some of these rhythms as well. Meet some friends of mine. So for that, we should probably just change up the rhythm of the drums, right? I feel like we need some like more distorted guitars, like maybe a harmonics sort of thing at the end and at the end of this intro. Yeah, I'll let you guys have a listen to what we got. It's very repetitive because the song is, but here's what we got so far. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor. And then Kenny's lines. Come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. In fact, that's just 2 bars. So that's probably fine. Rather than 4. Yes, I spend the day listening to these songs kind of on loop a whole bunch of times and commit them to memory. And then I do make a bunch of notes. My notes for this one are honestly pretty limited. I wrote down that it's in F sharp, or at least the main bass note starts on an F sharp. I wrote kind of the instruments for each part. So I wrote that there's a bassy guitar-y drone pitch down sound. There's some wild muted guitar wah strumming, and that there's some percussion. And I wrote that a rough outline of the drum beat, sort of where the kicks and the snares go. And that's kind of what I do for all of these songs. I give myself a rough outline and then do my best to recreate it from there. I think let's just try and hit these main beats on the end here. That feel right? Sure. And I might chuck a little distorted guitar sample on the end here. Distorted guitar harmonic. Bass guitar, distorted guitar harmonic twinkle. That could be good. Maybe chord picks. No, I don't want something chordy. I want something that's just like a noise. Almost just like a guitar effect. What in the flim flam? Let's drop this one in, see how this one looks. And I kind of want one at the start here as well. Where it goes. Let's see if we get anything for guitar SFX. We get guitar effect. I think there's quite a few in this sample pack. Harmonic feedback. Guitar scream. Guitar dissonance. Okay, I don't want necessarily sustained dissonance. I want like a one-off sound. Guitar shred. Not necessarily shredding. Try that. That dissonance. Could drop that in. Maybe if we search for just one shots. Volume swell. No, I don't want anything like that. I wish I could resize these columns because I don't need all of these ones that are like got no. Look at all this wasted space. If I could just stretch these out so I could see more of the name without having to hover over every single one, that would be a nice improvement. Pick riser, no, we don't want that. Unless we put that in really quick, if we speed it up, and maybe even reverse it. Yeah, that could be good. If we really speed it up. Track it under this. Reverse it, so I'm going to assume it's going rising. Oh. Which way would it be going? Normally you'd like pick down the guitar, so you'd have a sound going down. Maxi, thank you very much for the heart. Let's try it that way anyway. Let's turn them both down a bit. And then the one at the end as well. I need to figure out. Maybe we just make that really short. And turn it down. Sure, why not? What could be wrong with that? I'm going to take a very, very, very quick break. I'll be like 2 seconds. I'm going to leave you with this on mute for the moment. And then I'll be back to record some vocals. Enjoy the 2 minutes of silence, or this on repeat. And Sion, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. I'll be back in just a moment. We're back. Hello. Let's record some vocals. Yeah. Turn that off. Vocal o'clock. Yeah. So, when they record the vocals to South Park, they just speak at their normal, like, speaking, like, pitch. And then they pitch everything up to sound like fourth graders. So we're going to do the same. I'm going to sing the vocals in my normal range and then pitch it up to make it sound like I'm younger. And what could go wrong with that? We do need to record the like actual vocal line as well. So we will give that a go first. We've got to do actual vocals for Les Claypool, singer of Primus. Have I watched 6 Days to Air? Yeah, I did a few years ago. It's very good. Even if you don't like South Park, I would say that documentary is just worth watching because it's so interesting. It's really interesting to see how they go from having no idea for an episode at all to having something air on TV 6 days later. It's very interesting. Very, very cool documentary. Right, let's figure out these lines. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about temptation. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind. I think we can just do that. Let's just record these lines and see how they fit. And turning up to the awards on acid, yep. They're interesting guys, Matt and Trey. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind. I'm heading down South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. That line's slightly different. I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. What do you mean it got worse? I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Perfect. That's it, that's the main vocal done. Nice and easy. Let's cut off the end in case it gets me whacking the spacebar to stop the recording. Right, let's record some of the boys. Who do we have first? We have Stan and Kyle. Let's do Stan's voice. And we'll do Kyle's voice. And then we've got to do Cartman and Kenny as well. So I'm going to record this at my normal pitch, and then we'll pitch it up. So let's try that. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. And then let's record one for Kyle. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. And now we fix it. Right, so let's add some pitch, shifting, correction, vocal transformer. Yeah, this looks like what we want. How high do we think they all are? Kenny's voice is actually surprisingly high. So I think Kenny needs to be the highest. Cartman's probably the lowest out of all of them. So that puts Stan and Kyle somewhere in the middle. If we think... So Kenny's probably going to be at least an octave up, I reckon. Cartman maybe like 4. So we should put maybe like 8. We should put the Foreman up a bit as well. And yeah, we want it on max. And then for Kyle, we want to do a similar thing. Vocal transformer. We reckon slightly lower for Kyle. I reckon slightly higher for Kyle and slightly lower for... Maybe we drop him down to 7. I think Kyle's voice is generally higher than Stan's. And then should we pan them slightly as well? Let's pan them like subtle. Subtle panning. Why is everything panned? No, it's not. It looked like everything was panned like ever so slightly. Okay. And maybe that's perfect. Maybe that's good. Bang on, perfect. We can turn everything up a bit as well. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, let's turn all the instruments down so the voices can be heard a bit better. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about temptation. You're like Alvin and the Chipmunks into South Park. Leave my walls behind. Don't know what you mean. Right, let's copy that. Cartman. It's only one of him, so we'll leave him in the middle. Let's take off the pitch correction for the moment. And then his line is, ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor. But the howdy neighbor's quite loud and shouty. So we'll see how I deliver that. Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my wolves behind. Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor. Heading down to South Park. Worst one yet? Right, let's make him quiet, lower, not as high pitched as the other boys. Leave my wolves behind. Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor. I'm heading down South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. Kenny. Right. This might be the best worst thing you've ever made. Good. Right. Who knows Kenny's lines, and who can type it in chat without getting banned? And in fact, he has different lines depending on which season you're watching. We're doing the most recent version. It's literally muffle, muffle, muffle. So the version that we're doing is I like effing silly B words 'cause I know my ding dong likes it. But replace some of those words with some other words. We're going to muffle it, of course. Or we could just say that word for word. And on the show, they talk like this, and it's all different. That's what we'll do. Say ding dong. And then we'll pitch it up. Right. Down South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down South Park and meet some. What even is this stream anymore? Right, pitch that up like an octave. Go like this. Let's see if I can unwind. Is that too muffled, or is that okay? If anything, I'm worried it's just too muffled. He's drowning. No. The most accurate one so far. Okay, great. How are we doing for time? It's 10 o'clock. So, I think this is done. We could call it a day here. But this is only one version of the theme. This is like the most modern version of the theme. There is also like 4 other versions, but I'm a fan of the bluegrassy country version. So we could do a bluegrassy country version of this, because I've got a lot of it already here. I could copy a lot of what we've got and basically just add a banjo, and then we're good to go. So we could also do a second version, and then we'll have a listen. Because if I listen now, I'm going to be too informed as to what to do. Oh, and Clyde. Well, Clyde would fit in. Clyde would fit perfectly in a bluegrass country version. All right, let's do that. Let's keep going, because I don't think it'll take too long. It's only 10 o'clock. I feel like we can fit that in relatively quickly. So I think the intro can all be kept, and the vocals can be kept. This, like, boom, isn't in the country version. The drums will be different. Yeah, basically all of this can go. So we can keep the stuff we've got up the top here. Copy it to here. Bluegrass. That's what we got so far. So we'll keep the 2-bar intro the same. And then all of this is going to be bluegrassy stuff. So the bass, I think it's going to do basically the same as what we had it doing in that little intro there. Boom, 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 boom. And let's plot out the chords whilst we're here. Let's do this properly. So we're on F sharp. Major or minor? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe major? Yeah, I think this version's quite major. Yeah, let's assume it's major. That first bit is major.
Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about sensation.
Going down.
So we stay on that F sharp there, and then we go up to boom, 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 boom. Up to a B probably. Boom, 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 boom.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about sensation.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's what we want. It should be spread over these.
Humble folks about sensation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Boom. Then back to the F sharp, I think. Boom, 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 boom. Do. Oh, I make this a TikTok audio. We'll see. Normally, all of these have me just waffling away over the top of them.
Friendly faces
Boom, boom,
everywhere.
boom,
Going
boom,
down to
boom,
South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Apple parking day or night. People spouting howdy neighbor.
I'm heading down.
boom, boom, boom. This follows like a pretty standard chord progression. Boom, 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 boom. Like a blues progression. Probably, I reckon we go down to the C rather and then back up to the B. So down here. Hearing this makes me think it's how they made it for the first time. You never know.
I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see
Go
if I
back to the
can
F sharp.
unwind.
And then where are we?
Come on
Oh,
down
we're right at the
south.
very end. Back to the B.
Oh, come on down to South Park and meet some friends of
Boom,
mine.
boom, boom. Or to the C. Boom, boom, boom,
Going
boom,
down to
boom,
South
boom,
Park,
boom,
leave.
Apple parking day.
boom,
Heading
boom,
down to South
boom,
Park, gonna see if I can unwind.
boom, 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 boom.
So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine.
Boom, boom. Probably repeats this pattern, right? Maybe.
So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of
Boom,
mine.
boom. Yeah. So we got a C here, and then a B here, and then we do a like turn around. Boom, 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 do, do, do. We go back to the F sharp down here. Boom, 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 boom,
Of mine.
boom, boom, boom. The C sharp. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Meet some friends of
Do,
mine.
do, do. Should be C sharp rather than C. Yeah, it should be. Why am I doing C sharps? Why am I doing C's when it should be C sharp? Because the fifth above an F sharp is a C sharp. Okay. Right, whack that up. Whack that up. Okay, now we should be sounding good. And these drums can just keep going the whole way through, I think. Boom, boom. They should be like.
Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Humble folks without sensation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Apple parking day or night. People spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Do, do, do. Do, do. Do, do, do.
Howdy neighbor.
Heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind.
Boom, 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 boom. Do, 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 do.
So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine.
Okay, great. So now we need like a banjo. What else do we have in here? What do my notes say? Shuffle drums, banjo, harmonica. I wrote washboard, even though I don't think there's actually one in there, and some country fiddling. So, do we want to take our chances with just everything Logic has to give us? Banjo, rural banjo. We'd have to put it into the right key. But one of these could be good. And a couple of horses. That's true. We drop this one in. So this is in the key of D. We want to put it into... Oh, in fact, does it already know to do it?
Because it's got key signature here. It might already know what to do.
Going down to South Park, gonna have
Because
myself
Logic's
a
smart
time.
like that. Does this change chords when it, like up the top here? We can see where the chords change. Does that banjo change along with it? Or does it just stay the same?
I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind.
No, it stays the same.
Come on down.
Okay. Logic's not as smart as it appeared. Right, let's turn that off so I don't get confused by that. Right, so that's in D. We want to go to D sharp, E, F, F sharp. 4. Up 4 semitones. F sharp. We might want a different banjo maybe. Only managed to pop in near the end, but this is sounding genuinely good. Amazing. Thank you for stopping on by. And of course, no pressure to stop on by at any point. I hope you're doing well. And we can probably keep going up to the B. So then we would go to G would make 5, G sharp, A, B flat, B. So it makes 9 in total. 9, B, and another F sharp, and then if we go to -2, no, -1, we should get a C sharp. This might not be what we want. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. And at the very end, we have like an F chord and then a C chord and then an F chord, all back to back. Do, 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 do. Now we could grab more than one banjo.
Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
We could grab one off Splice as well.
Going down to South.
And then once we're done, we'll have a listen to both versions. What if we just have a look on here for banjo? Country banjo. Maybe search for like frantic country banjo. Instruments. Why is there no banjo? There it is. And we want something sort of roughly close to our tempo. Banjo runaway strum. That could be good. Should we drop that in? Give that a look. Surprised I haven't memorized the library. No, not yet. Okay. I think this could be good. 120. We make that 16 bars. Is that going to be roughly right? It doesn't look quite right. The alternative is like 20 bars, which I would imagine would be too long. Yeah, it doesn't line up either. All right, we'll risk it on that. So this is also D major, so we can just follow the same changes we made a second ago. Make that an F sharp. Put up 9 to get to B. Do, 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 do. -1 to get to C sharp. Okay. I'm not sure which version is going to come up better, because this could end up being a real mess. Right, let's pan those. Then we've got 2 banjos. Welcome in anyone who has recently joined. Hope you're all having a good evening. Let's add, just out of interest, do they have washboard? No, they don't. What else do we want? We want a harmonica. Blues harmonica. That's probably going to be pretty good. Should we take a whole bunch of these? We could grab different ones for each bit. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, in fact, we don't actually want it on this. We don't want these ones on the intro. They should come in around there. Alright, let's drop this one in. Let's drop this one in. So that first one's in E major, the second one's in A major. So let's put that over there. So E needs to go up 2 to get to F sharp. This needs to go up also 2 to get to A major. No, B major. It's already in A major. I almost used an actual meme. Oh no. I don't want that. And then we want a different one for the C. Maybe like this one here. Make that C sharp. I think what this pitch source does is rather than using the individual chords, it just tries to match it to the key that the song is in. So if like an A chord will fit within the key, then it will just stay on an A chord rather than changing with the chords you have up here. That's my guess. That probably makes more sense. Do do do. Okay, what else is on the notes? Fiddle, country fiddle. We want strings, genre, country strings. Countries is grayed out. Okay, so we can't grab those from here. It's going to be a splice job. Add more banjos? Sure. Let's just add like 20 banjos. Country fiddle. This is how I feel watching South Park. Instruments. Can we pick like violin or something? Strings. Mandolin. Mandolin could fit. Do you want to add a mandolin? Let's just add even more. Just add even more to it. Mandolin's kind of similar to a banjo, so that will really beef up the sound. It's effectively another banjo. Alright, so that's in what, D major. Why is everything in D major? What's going on? Are all country songs in D major? Because it's starting to seem that way. I can't drop these in the right place. So -1. The C sharp. F, C, B, F, C, there we go. Let's whack that like all the way over there. Right, we need some country fiddles. Where's my fiddles at? Let's try and get something sort of near to our BPM. Ideally something that isn't a mandolin or a banjo. Am I going to have to search for country strings? Maybe like this. And let's set the BPM again. And let's clear that. Okay. Let's get rid of violin maybe. Strings, genre country, BPM. It's just mandolins. Everything's a mandolin. Just give me viola. These don't look like they're going to be great fits. These are all cinematic. I don't want cinematic. I want bluegrass. Maybe search for bluegrass fiddle. They've got to have some. I've used ones for the Taylor Swift song we did before. And we need Clyde, yeah. Don't let me forget Clyde, because he actually fits in this one. Violin. Celtic. Americana. See, these Americana ones seem like they would be a good fit, but they're all so slow. Instruments. Violin. BPM. So fastest first. Okay, maybe one of these will work. Violin C's. Loop Kirk. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we could always speed it up. That's true. Alright, let's try one of these. Oh, see, that doesn't look right. That just looks like do. Get a cowbell or a big moo in there. We could put a cowbell in. That probably isn't out of place. Country violin. What if we search for blues? It's just all the same sample pack. Folk. Give me more options. There's definitely more than just this. Fiddle. Maybe we go with the Celtic ones, because they're honestly at this point probably better. How's it when I search fiddle, the first result is a drum loop? It just doesn't make sense. Oh, there might genuinely be a moo at the end. You're right, yeah. Right, let's try this one. Yeah, that looks a bit more promising. Maybe like... Let's get rid of that one altogether. Maybe just let this go wild over the whole thing. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my world behind. I don't know if that's gonna work. Going down to South Park, gonna see if I can't unwind. Maybe just leave it. So come on down to South Park and... Sure, whatever. Let's whack that like way over there. Cowbell. Percussion. Cowbell. Cowbell groove. Cuban fun cowbell. Let's just go with the classic or bounty hunter. Here we go with a bounty hunter. Sure, let's whack that in. What else could go wrong? Let's just whack everything in. What have we got to lose at this point? Right, and then a cow moo, and we need Clyde. Clyde the horse. Cow. Cow moo distant. I don't really want a distant moo. I want someone to have walked up to a cow, shoved a mic right in its face. This is a textbook moo. This is textbook. It's got to be the right one, surely. Something like that? Maybe? So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Sure. Right, where can Clyde the horse go? Maybe you should just come in right at the start, or maybe here? That's probably good. Make him a little bit quieter. Why does everyone want the banjo louder? Surely, I mean, looking at these waveforms, they're already pretty loud. If anything, we want to turn everything down. Because these have already been turned down from earlier. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself. We had like a little bit of reverb on everything. Just a smidge. That'll help glue it all together and really cement the mix. See, I think I'm being lied to here, saying you can barely hear the banjos. I'm guessing it's only banjo, and you can't hear anything else. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if we could find a washboard sample as well. Ideally, I want one that has an actual tempo to it. Not just a one shot. Maybe needs another banjo, just for safe measure. This is like harmonicas. Alright, maybe we can't get a washboard sample in. Unless the one lone sample in the middle. Beat those up. Okay, great. Here's some spoons. Does the cow need more reverb? Sure. Let's really make him reverby. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself down. Spoons. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind. Let's just drop the first one in. Let's not even listen to it. Turn that down. Whack one on that side and one on the other side. Give him just a smidge of reverb. Right, there we go. I'm gonna just because you'll keep asking for it, I'm gonna turn the banjos down. How do you like that? Let's turn them way down here. No, I won't turn them down that much. Banjos are going down. What other random sounds can we add? So you can see on the waveforms, this is, especially this one, is loud.
We're going down. Like going down in the mix.
If I can't unwind.
Alright, there we go.
Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South
Right, I'm going to take a very, very quick break, grab a very quick snack, and then we'll come back and have a listen to both versions. I'll be like 2 minutes, not even that.
Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Apple Park is day or night. People spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Apple Park is day or night. People spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Apple Park is day or night. People spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Apple Park is day or night. People spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Humble.
Alright, we're back. Let's have a listen, everyone. We're going to have a listen. I think we're done on this version. We got a banjo. We got a second banjo. We've got a harmonica. We've got, what was this? A mandolin. We got a fiddle. We've got a cowbell. We've got Clyde. We've got the horse to just add a little bit of country ambiance to the track. Clyde is like our signature sound. He returns on every track. We made the mistake of using Clyde once in Cotton Eye Joe because it fit the song. And now he finds a way to work himself into every song. But this is one where he's actually applicable. It's a country song. There's probably random sound effects in the intro. So I reckon he gets a pass here. Oh no, it was Thriller, the first one. The first appearance of Clyde the Horse was Thriller, because there's a demon horse in Thriller, obviously. So Clydesdale horse made an appearance. We've got a moo at the end, because we reckon there's one at the end. And then we've got some washboard and spoon percussion for safe measure. And then we've also got some brush drums, bass guitar, and of course the vocals. Let's have a listen to the modern South Park version intro and see how well or not well I got on. And then we'll have a listen to our country-fied bluegrass version. All right, here we go. I can hear again. It's very nice. When I don't have these headphones on, I can't hear anything in the world. I haven't been able to hear anything going on. My computer fan can hear it now. Now I've got these on. Right, let's have a listen. If you're just joining us, we've been spending the last 2 hours. How long? We spent the last 1 hour 45 minutes recreating the South Park theme, but my laptop has been muted the entire time. I've not been able to hear anything.
I've been doing my best to recreate it with just the MIDI notes, the names of the samples, how the waveforms look. We've recorded some vocals. We recorded them at my normal pitch and then pitched them up to sound like a fourth grader. I'm sure that will go perfectly well. And now we are all going to have a listen and see how close I got to the original. Let's have a listen. Here we go. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about sensation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave. I mean, it's not like worlds apart.
Parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor.
I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park. This is pretty good, Kenny. Friends of mine. The guitar's pretty far off. This guitar. that guitar is not spot on to the original. Otherwise, I think it's pretty good. Like this bassy, like boom. This sound is great. That's almost bang on to a whamola or whatever the instrument's called. That's great. And then the drums, not my finest work. It's not too bad. Kyle's at the end of the country version. This is like the normal version. This is like the most recent version of the theme tune. And then we're going to listen to the bluegrass country version. That one has the cow at the end. Yeah, the normal version. Let's have another listen from the start. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about sensation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor.
Heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Wow. The intro is like not bad. It's recognizable at least. And then I think my voices are actually not too bad. It's Stan and Kyle.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about sensation.
It's pretty close. And then Cartman.
Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor.
I mean, there's definitely people who do way better impressions than this. But my voice could have been a lot worse. It's like Kenny's been held hostage. It's like, no more, end the song. It's like someone has covered your mouth at the end to say, no more, Sam, stop the song. Kenny's great. I did that by covering my mouth and talking like this, and then pitching it up. Oh, God. All right, one more listen of this, and then we'll listen to the bluegrass version. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself. That's actually pretty good. I think that's like pretty close to the original. If you can ignore these guitars. I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down. Just ignore the aliens in the background there. I mean, aliens are pretty much a staple of South Park, right? They're in the very first episode. Cartman gets a something. So I think it's appropriate to put some aliens in here. I did read the actual lyrics, yep. just muffled. Free Kenneth. Right, let's have a listen to the bluegrass country version. See how that turned out. Here we go. Or maybe I should explain what we did. So not only did we do the modern, like, normal South Park intro, we also did the slightly older bluegrass country style version. Let's see how that one turned out. So far, so good. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time. It's very full on. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my world behind. How many members do you want in the band? Yes! As many as you've got. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Wow, the move. That version's great. I don't know what you guys were complaining about. But just whenever we get to, like, when we were filling out the band, we were like, another one, and another one, and another one. Just keep piling them on in. Everyone's welcome. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my world behind. I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. The moo is great. I've just turned up Clyde a bit so he didn't get too lost. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my world behind. There's a hell of a lot going on. Let's break it down a little bit. So we've got our two banjos. And a harmonica. That mandolin is really what starts to push it over the line. We got lucky that the fiddle actually follows like a blues progression and still fits. Because that's just one sample of the entire chunk. Wow, it's so much going on. The cowbell. It's a pretty good cowbell rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. It's like I'm playing Red Dead all of a sudden. Get back here, Arthur! So come on down South Park and meet some friends of mine. Let's try without, let's drop out the mandolin. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time. It's actually a lot better without the mandolin. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my world behind. I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Wow, it's great. It's a lot better without the mandolin. It really goes a long way towards ruining it. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time. Going down to South Park, gonna leave my world behind. I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Well, there we go. Two very different versions. How do you guys think we did? Have we improved our skills this evening? Has this turned out well? Am I a better producer now than I was 2 hours ago? I think we did great. I think it could have gone a lot worse. Meet some friends of mine. Meet some friends of mine. JP, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Thank you very much appreciated. At least you know a few more things you shouldn't do. That is correct. We know what not to do in the future. These both could have been a lot worse. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor.
I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can't unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Ample parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor.
I'm heading down to South Park, gonna see if I can't unwind. So come on down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Well, great. Well, there we go. That's going to do us for tonight, I think. I will be back on Thursday evening with some Christmas songs. Which ones? I don't know yet. I'm going to decide. If you want to influence my decision, you can join our Discord. It needs more Wamola. We did a Wamola on the first version. We've done 2 separate versions. So here we go. Here's some more Wamola for you. Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind. That was our attempt at a Wamola. Yes, if you want to influence my decision, you can join our Discord. We have a channel in there to suggest songs. We're discussing which Christmas songs would be good to do. You can find the link in my link tree in my bio. It doesn't always work in the TikTok browser, so you might have to like open it in Safari or Chrome or something. But you can come and join us over there. We've got a bunch of the lovely people in chat are over there as well. Thank you very much, RB, for the kind words and for the roses. Very much appreciated. There will be a video out tomorrow, the We Are Number One edit. Assuming I get it done in time. I still have to edit that up. But that should go out tomorrow. And then we'll be back on Thursday evening. Oh, I thought I updated the Twitch one. Okay, thank you for the reminder. I will update the About Me link again. I swear I've already updated it once. All I want for Christmas would be fire. I think I'm going to have to do some Mariah Carey. I think that's going to be unavoidable. But we'll see. We'll see which ones I do this week. We're going to do a few over the next few weeks. So we've got, I reckon, at least like 6 or 7 Christmas songs in us over the course of December. But yes, we'll see which ones we're going to do. I think Fairy Tale of New York is going to be up there. Last Christmas could be a good one. There's so many good Christmas songs there. That's the problem. Yeah, got to put some Wham in there probably. 12 songs of Christmas. Probably not 12. I did debate doing an advent calendar and I was like, there's no way I'm doing 24 of anything in December, let alone 24 streams or 24 songs. 12 would have been a little more reasonable, but we're going to do half of that. We're going to do 6. Maybe 7, maybe 8 at a push. We'll see. We'll see how many we can do. Yes, thank you very much for joining. Been lovely hanging out with you all as always. Those of you on Twitch, stick around. We're gonna sort out a raid. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Those of you on TikTok, I will say goodbye to you. And I will hopefully see you on Thursday. Have a lovely rest of your weekend and a lovely week. Join us in the Discord, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye. And hello to you still on Twitch. Let's go find someone to raid. Let me whack my chat over to this screen so I can see what you're all saying still. Oh my god, that was a loud bang. It's Christmas. Think of the children. It's me. I'm the children. Doing 2 of these streams a week is enough. Doing 3 like I've done this week is even more hard going. It takes longer than you would think to prep these and edit them. And I probably spend way too long on it, to be honest. But yeah, it all takes a bit of time putting together. The actual streams themselves aren't too bad. But yeah, you've got to like be paying attention. Especially something like this. I can't just like drift off for 3 hours. But yeah, I will at the very least be doing 2 a week up until Christmas. I release the TikToks like a week after usually. So like up until a week before Christmas, and then we'll end and go back to doing normal songs. But yeah, thank you very much everyone who's been sticking around. We're going to raid over to Calamari Gold, who is a drummer doing some drumming tonight, I believe. They're a lot of fun. Feel free to head over there and enjoy them. And I will see you all hopefully on Thursday. Have a lovely weekend and rest of your week. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.